So like, what type of sound is that R&B sound that like need to be recreated? Because everybody talk about how it changed. So you want to go that far back?
But what I mean by that is, I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that. I don't mean as far as the actual sound. I mean as far as the feeling.
Can I throw one? Can I? The quality is missing.
There you go. That too.
The quality of the music that they produced, man. I mean, you can read a whole. If you just read the lyrics of some Motown hits, you can see somebody's life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just
you felt the music.
I was kicking it with this girl and had a really good time. No, it was I was kicking it with this girl on this one track. We went to church on this track.
Yep.
It was breakfast, and so we talk about breakfast, and then we had lunch a little bit later. And then one time we went to the park. You know what I'm saying? One time we was fighting. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whereas music today is almost one-sided. I just want to hit this real quick, kick it with this girl of it, and
spend some money.
I'm gonna spend some money. She gonna try to beat me out my money. We gonna fight. We gonna make up on Facebook. What? Come on, man. Whatever.
It's like, have you ever kissed? Go, my bad.
My bad. Go ahead. It's like they really don't care about
lyrical content.
It's like the lyrics just really went outside the door. It's really much all about something that you can dance to. The beat. It's all about that. What you do on a pad. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's cool, but it's like.
Have you ever had the producer or the artist say, especially the producer, let me say it like that, man, when I get a little bit better equipment, I'm going to be able, what? Please stop. Barry Gordy had 8 tracks.
Yeah,
okay? Yeah. 8. Count them. 8 tracks. And they produced hit after hit after hit.
And you got to think, back then, 8 tracks was a lot.
Bruh.
You had to have money to have that.
Exactly. Like, okay, y'all grew up with people having recording studios in their house. That was unheard of in the 80s. Mm-hmm. So if it was unheard of in the 80s, you know it was unheard of in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
But too much access, it watered down the talent because now you don't have to.
Now you're using the technology.
When we talking about the little girl,
yeah.
She come to the studio, pay her money to write her rhymes. Nah, bro, you supposed to come to the studio already ready. Like, you got to buy the whole reel of tape. You can't be messed up. Like, but it's so much access, man. Think about how many musicians Fruity Loops put out of business.
When I tell you I have this conversation with a lot of people, when, and I hope I don't get in trouble saying this, when niggas got a hold of software, it didn't matter what type of software it was or what software it is.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. When niggas got a hold of software and niggas found out what they could do with it, I can quantize this and that's a beat. I could hook this mic up to this. Ooh, let me grab this. I can record.
I'm gonna take it back a little. I'm gonna take it back a little bit further than that.
You're not fired.
I'm gonna take it back a little bit further than that. When the sampler came out, the world changed.
I wouldn't count that.
Why? But because you weren't there. Watch this. Let me break it down to you. Prior to the sampler coming out, I had to call my bass player.
Right.
Prior to the sampler coming out, I had to call a drummer.
Okay, I get you.
So now I got this technology, and it was a double-edged sword. Watch this. I could wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and be like, let me put this together real quick because it's in my head. Mm-hmm. I didn't have to call my bass player, my drummer, my keyboards. I could just do it all right here. But then what happened was our music became one. When you had to have a bass player, a keyboardist, a drummer, a guitarist, you also had a lot of personality and a lot of people putting a little bit into the flavor.
And that's
now I got this one-sided production because it's one cat, person. And it became financially advantageous because if I have to call a bass player and a guitarist,
I got to pay you.
I got to pay them.